Well, web portfolios today on Tech Uncensored. My name's Paul.
And I'm Nick.
I saw this question that was posted online.
Development community, as we've mentioned, is amazing. If you're getting started and you're asking yourself what languages I choose.
Would you create a new anything with PHP?
We don't really have a direction. We have an idea.
I think the difference between the passionate or talented programmer and the one that just gets the education is the guy that goes home after the education is done and continues.
I saw this question that was posted online where they were basically asking, I've done some stuff. I don't have a lot of users on it, but it's their projects. They've been completed. You know, is this something that I can use as a portfolio piece? Is it something that do I have to have something that people actually find useful, that people are actually using, or can I, is what I've built that is just an application of, or for instance, or a prototype, good enough for a portfolio piece when I'm going to do an interview?
3 top things that employers are looking for are: number 1, is it functioning? Is it functional? Is the code working? Okay, that's just number 1. Like, don't put up stuff that's unfinished. Don't put up stuff that you just keep working on and then establish it. Try to, Bitbucket has private repos for that type of stuff. Anything you're trying to establish as a portfolio for a job, make sure the code is working.
So yeah, that functional just means, is it working? Is it a complete thing? Which is by far probably the most important thing.
Yeah.
That you're not putting out stuff that is half done, could have been. I started this and I abandoned it is kind of what it looks like. I was at a development conference and there was somebody speaking about this, and they said that why have they done so well at code competitions is because not because they're the best coder, that they are have better ideas or are better developers all around. It's because they have something to show at the end of the day, and they're able to have lofty goals in that, but know that I need to complete each stage before I move on, so that I at least at the end of the day have something to complete and show for the competition, or show for the work that I've done, and it's a complete entity and there's not any missing parts.
Employers want to see that you can finish, that you can do a full life cycle, even if it's just a login app or something like that. They just want to see you go start to finish. So, sorry.
That's fine.
So
we're moving into number 2 now.
All right, number 2, clean code.
Wherever you probably go is going to have some sort of style guide as to how you should be writing your code. And if you make a practice of following something and being attentive to that, that's just going to come natural to you. And at least if I am looking at a piece of code, it's a lot easier for me to interpret it and understand what's going on if there's not just a bunch of random variable, size of rectangle variable, and that's the name of the variable, and I can kind of infer where that goes and how that's handled. So
number 3 is comment your code. Comment. If you're just starting out, comment everything. Get used to writing comments. Get into a type of, make the person who's reading your code understand exactly what it is, what you're trying to accomplish.
I know people are going to say you shouldn't have to comment, and their argument being that if you write clean, concise, small functions based on how the function is written, I should be able to infer exactly what that function does, and it should only alter the things which it is supposed to, and shouldn't be changing things outside its scope. And I think it's a transition. I think that if you are starting out, commenting can be better for you because it forces you to think through what you're doing. I have to take over that. I might not be able to understand what your code is doing because you're new to it or whatever. And if I can have the comment there where you're telling me, well, this is what it intended to do, this is what it's supposed to do, and I have to look at that and maybe advise you on that code, it's going to be easier for me to. It's just it's good practice to get into, but as you go along, you'll run into times where the comments might span longer than the actual code that you've written for that. So
which leads into the next one. Keep it simple for your portfolios. Don't worry about writing something that's so crazy and so complex that you think it's going to get you noticed. It's more about these first couple of comments we're giving you. It's make sure it works, make sure it's functional, Make sure it's readable, and just keep it simple. People want to see that you can complete tasks. They want something to talk about. When they're in there, they want to talk about why you decided to write this project and what you did at a certain point.
Problems you ran into, how you address those and handle those problems. Edge cases will come up, so how do you handle certain things on the margin? Those are questions that you're going to be asked.
Worry about what you know. Whatever you're good at, make it strong. Make a strong case at what you're good at.
So, you've watched an episode of Tech Uncensored. We discussed in this episode tips for building your web portfolio. You want to make sure it's 3 things. You want to make sure that it's functional, that you're writing complete programs and you're not leaving features or bugs or things under construction. 2, clean code. Make sure that everything you're writing is succinct and simple and modular and can be easily controlled, and follow some sort of coding standard or style guide. Even if it's your own, it's something that's consistent. And 3 is overall keeping it simple and not trying to develop the next big application, but something that's going to showcase the talents that you have, the skills that you've acquired, and really demonstrates the best work that you can do. Remember that you can follow us on Twitter at tech_uncensored, and make sure to follow us as well here on Periscope.
Yes.
Follow me at WolfieMaster, but then head over and give Tech Uncensored some love. It's these guys right here. My guys are right there. We're over on Facebook too.
Yes,
you can look us
we're
up,
trying
Tech
to build a
Uncensored.
Facebook.
Like
Check
us
us
there.
out.
There's going to be a lot more content. We're posting cool stuff and behind the scenes there. We also have a Snapchat now at tech_uncensored, and we're going to be posting videos to YouTube too, so you can find us there. It's just a lot of love and a lot of cool stuff.
A lot of information,
Like
a lot of
this.
education.
Like this.